Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. We are a group of 6 students, and we are using the same camera for a whole group. We are working on a cybersecurity project titled called DDoS Attack Simulation and Mitigation in a Control Network Environment, where I have worked with Chandrika, and even I have worked with Hafiz and other team members in contribution for the labs. Our objective is to simulate the distributed denial of service attacks safely using the virtual machines and explore how attacks can be detected and prevented. Over the past few weeks, we have been building a lab environment, running attacks, capturing the traffic data, and analyzing the how the systems respond. Moving forward, here is our team members. We have 6 people in our group: Chandrika, Hafiz, Raza, Jafar, me, and Rafael Jaswal. And here is our objectives for our project, outlines for our project: project introduction, summary from week 1 to 4, understanding the DDoS attack tools and software, overview of Kali Linux, system connectivity, perform an attack, conclusion. Here I'm going to going to introduce our project. A DDoS, distributed denial of service attack, is when a server or network is flooded with too much traffic from multiple sources, causing it to slow or crash. Unlike a single source DDoS attacks comes from many devices, often controlled as a part of botnet, making them harder to block or trace. These attacks can cause serious damage, downtime, and financial loss, and sometimes data breaches. There are the 3 common types of DDoS attack: volumetric, protocol based, and the application layer. In our project, we focused on SYN float attack to observe how they affect the system performance. And I'm passing to my next team member.
Hello, I'm Jaspal. In this project, I'm coordinating the project timelines and tracking the weekly task completion by using project management tools such as Jira. And in the first week, we began by finalizing our project topic and replicating DDoS attacks in a controlled virtualized environment. And in next week, second, we configured our system in Kali 9X to serve as the attacking machine, and Metasploit 2 was set as the vulnerable target. And during the third week, we connected both virtual machines to the same network. And in the upcoming week, like in the fourth, was our first dive into the hands-on testing, and we explored basic duty of such tools available in Kali Linux, such as Hyping 3 and small-scale traffic simulations to observe how the system responded to flood conditions. And I'm also looking forward in the next upcoming weeks, like in week 5, we focus on SY and flood attacks and using tools like Wireshark and Liftoff and Top. And week 4, we are going to shift our focus to defense. We implemented DDoS mitigation techniques, including SY and cookies. And for the week 7, we expanded the attack types using the tools like LYC and to stimulate HTTP and UDP floods. We analyzed how each type impacted the system and assessed how effective our defense were across different scenarios. And finally, in week 8, we wrapped up the project and we analyzed all collected data and generated graphs and visualizations and documented our findings. We also reflected the project effectiveness and discussed possible improvements for our future work. And so that's my part. I'm going to introduce my next part.
Thank you, Jaswal. So my name is Said Reza Jaffer, and my contribution in the group is that I basically went ahead and downloaded the first of all, the virtual box. That basically was the start of how we did it. We did download AWS account first. We tried a ping connection, but it wasn't working. So we went ahead and chose Metasploit. And then we connected the virtual box with the Kali Linux. And then basically that's basically what's in front of you at the moment. That's where we are doing it. And then we researched the labs up and downloaded all of this. And in that, we went ahead, I'll let you know what we have done inside of it so far. So if you look at it, we have developed an offensive security Kali Linux, which is a potent open source Linux distribution for penetration testing and ethical hacking, and hundreds of security tools that cybersecurity experts frequently use for activities like network scanning, vulnerability assessment, password cracking, and DDoS simulations are pre-installed basically on it. So because Kali Linux is used as an attacker system in this research, we can use tools like HBing3 and LOIC to simulate different kinds of DDoS attacks in a safe setting. And also just to let you know, the overview of the Kali Metasploitable is basically a Rapid7 created Metasploitable 2, a purposely built compromised Linux virtual computer for penetration testing and security research exercises. In our project, we use it as a target system to mimic the behavior of victim server during a DDoS assault through, though it is usually employed with a Metasploit framework. So that's basically my part. And now I'm going to call my next team member to talk about what he has done. Thank you.
All right, my name is Rafael, and this is what I did, project. My responsibility actually was to oversee the operating system we're using, the Kali Linux and Metasploitable. So basically, Kali Linux is a special operating system used by ethical hackers, and it has built-in tools for testing the network security and simulating attacks. And the Metasploitable is a purposely vulnerable system used for testing. It's the target in our project, allowing us to safely simulate attacks without harming the real systems. So we had the Kali Linux and the Metasploitable for our project. So I'm going to call my next team member.
Right, myself, Hafiz. So as we can see, before we could stimulate any of the DDoS attacks, it was essential to ensure that the both attacks and target systems, which is Kali Linux and Metasploitable 2, were correctly connected with the same virtual network. That's what we are going to do as of now. To verify this, I first used the iConfiguration command to identify the IP address of Metasploitable machine. Then from the Kali Linux and terminal, I ran the ping command, which we're going to show you right now. So yeah, so we can see, like, I'm going to use the tools. Yep. Give me a couple of seconds. The system is a bit slow, but you can see I'm opening the Metasploitable 2. So we have to open both the things at the same time. Right, just we got the Kali Linux now. So I'm gonna sign in. So I'm putting the login IDs. So this is Metasploitable, where we can have to put the login ID and password. Right. So as you can see, the whole point is that before we stimulate any of the DDoS attack, we have to get both the system in one window. So Yeah, I'm putting the codes now. You can see that we're putting the IP addresses 192.168.5620. I'm doing the password. So again, I'm gonna do the code. So as you can see, it's on the same code, like 192.168.156 and 20. So now we're gonna go back to the Kali Linux and see how things are going back there. Doing the same on Kali Linux too. So as you can see, we set up a thing and we're double checking if we are on the right thing. As you can see, so we got the same thing, which is 192.168.56 and 101. So now we are gonna ping that these ping tests shows us the network traffic could flow smoothly between the attackers and the victim, and we're gonna confirm that. All right. So it's something went wrong. We're gonna do that again. We're going back to call Meta to see if it's working back on Meta. See, it's pinging. So we don't really have to do it. Like we can stop it now. It's just we're double checking if we are on the right track. Right. And we are checking the same back on the Meta too, to make sure we're on the same page. Right, as you can see, it's pinging on the Meta too. So we're gonna stop it. Yeah. Sorry. So that's all what I've done. I'm transferring this to the next person. So
Hi, so myself, Chandrika, I'm the project lead as well. So basically, my contribution is me and Habib Faisal. We just choose the project title for our project. We researched so many research papers over there. We have read so many things that how we can perform the attack. So we have like in a group we have done so many things, so we tried it on so many laptops, but because you know that this is a very heavy apps, so it's only set it up in my computer. So we in every week on Fridays, we usually meet up and we perform the attacks, and we have done everything so far. So basically, that's why I need to share my screen with you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to perform an attack in front of you. So basically, to perform an attack, I just use this command, hyping3 and this one. So use this command. I'm going to show you how I'm going to perform it. So basically, I'm going to use hyping3 tool, which is already installed in the Kali Linux. Yeah. So I'm going to write a command in Kali Linux. For that, I just need the root privileges first. So I'm going to write sudo su for that. So now you can see that it's in the root privileges. So I can run the command for the first attack, which is going to be the normal attack. So I'm going to only use one source for that. Okay. But I have done, I've mentioned in my report as well that I have done the random sources. I took the random sources as well, where you can see when I'm going to open my Wireshark for that. So you can see there are so many sources for that. So first I'm going to write the command. It's hyping 3. minus I ether, because we are using the Ethernet network. So this is the SYN packets we are using, and this is our target server. Because our Kali is the attacker machine, and this is our target machine, the metasploitable IP address, which I'm going to write it here. And after that, I'm choosing the spoofing address, basically, which is 78.99. And here I'm going to see the flood. But before pressing enter, I'm going to open my Wireshark so that I can record this thing and I can analyze how we can how we can check our things, right? So for that, I just need to open my Wireshark and just choose this Ethernet network.
Hello, sir. Are you there? Hello? Shifali is here.
Yes,
Sorry.
can you make the video?
Yes, I made already.
Oh, okay. Let me check it.
And already shared the link and I emailed.
Okay, so basically, before doing this, I'm gonna open my Wireshark. Okay, so you can see that my Wireshark is open and all set to see the flood. So when I'm gonna press here, you can see that there is a time, source, destination, and the protocol. So it's turning red soon. So basically, when I'm gonna see my packets, this is under attack at the moment. So in the Metasploit, basically, what I'm gonna see is I just need to write top command here, and you can see the CPU usage here, right? So you can see that how much load that the attack is happening here. So basically, I need to go back here, and I can stop the attack from here by pressing the command Control C. Okay, so now the attack has been stopped already. So this is basically in the first 4 weeks, we have just we have set up the labs and we have done a simple attack here. To save that attack, I just press here in the Wireshark that just need to stop and then just file and then save it as, because I've already saved it before, so I'm not gonna save it, but I can show you that maybe in the desktop, I have already, this is my first DDoS attack, which I have saved it, and this is for the random attack. So basically I have saved it because I need to mitigate that attack and I need to simulate that attacks for our future things. So that's why I just saved it so that we can share these files, we can open these files and we can simulate the whole target things, right? So now my team member will gonna explain the next few slides with you. Thank you.
So here I'm going to sum up of our project. Here is our conclusion. The first phase of our project focused on building a secure lab environment where we could safely simulate a DDoS attack. We set up a Kali Linux as the attacker and Metasploitable 2 as the target, confirmed the network connectivity using ping, and successfully launched a SYN flood attack using hyping 3. This simulation helped us understand how DDoS attacks affect the system performance and availability. The knowledge and the data we gain here will guide the next phase, where we will explore the detection methods and start testing mitigation strategies. Thank you.